Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Heel Turn, our live weekly wrestling show and the official podcast of ProWrestling.Cool.
It's not just cool, it's .cool.
We're here to talk about this past week in the WWE, which was a crazy one. So we're going to talk about Raw, we're going to talk about SmackDown Live, the Mixed Match Challenge, 205 Live, NXT, lots of crazy news, some Matt Hardy stuff happened, Danny Bryan stuff happened, it's total madness. I'm Owen, joined as always by John.
Joined as always by everybody out there on the internet. Isn't that cool?
It's not cool.
We are streaming live over at twitch.tv/ozoneonline and somewhere on YouTube. I don't know, type in ProWrestling.Cool into the search bar and you'll probably find it. I don't know how YouTube works. But we are monitoring both our chats there and our Twitter at the Heel Turn. So send us your questions and your comments and we'll get to them as we deem fit. Owen.
John.
I have a question for you, sir.
And I might have an answer.
What is your opinion on Burnout Paradise?
Hey, you. I don't like your girlfriend.
No way. No way. I think you need a new one.
That is my thoughts. Because when I play that game, that's the only song I have turned on.
That's incorrect, but I understand where you're coming from.
I mean, for a while, I also had Epic playing, but then I'm like, I need more girlfriend, so I just turned that off.
Again, a thing I appreciate, but still wrong. Because the answer is that, like, at least half of that soundtrack is fucking amazing. I mean, Jesus Christ, like, the first song after, like, when you're actually playing the game is fucking Us v Them by LCD Sound System. It's fucking amazing.
I know, but also it's the girlfriend game for me, so I'll listen to those other songs later, but right now I just need all the girlfriend.
I have a potentially controversial opinion here, Owen.
What's that?
I was playing some, as you can probably tell from my conversation, I was playing some Burnout Paradise Remastered recently.
Uh-huh.
Burnout Paradise is potentially the best driving game ever made.
Oh, definitely. This is my first time playing it, and I have pretty much just given up on all the events and just decided I'm just going to go smash all the things and do all the jumps.
Oh, okay, so you understand.
Yeah, like I'll do the events later. I just want to drive around and do and crash into things.
Although you should do the events some. Are you?
I did some.
Okay. Are you playing? How pure are you playing it? Let me ask.
Well, I was at the beginning just playing with the cars they gave you, but then I saw there was a DeLorean, and I'm like, I'm just gonna drive that now.
Okay.
So yeah.
I have kept it pure so far. I only have a Class D license still, but I've got like half the I've played it for like probably 4 hours or something.
Mm-hmm.
My game clock, I think last I checked, was like 3 hours and 53 minutes and some kind of seconds.
Right.
I have like half the billboards, more than half the smashes, and about a third of the whatever the other one is.
The jumps.
Oh, right, the jumps. Maybe it's actually, now that I think about it, it's probably more like I don't know. I probably have like 15 jumps out of 50.
Well, I went over to the island. I've been doing the ones there. I have
Big Surf Island is really good.
Yeah, I have all the billboards there. I'm missing one jump. I'm trying to figure out where it is. And
Big Surf Island is a really good DLC.
And I have like 3 more things to smash on that island. So yeah, pretty good. I'm having a good time. Everyone's playing Sea of Thieves now, and I'm like, that seems okay. But then I watch Giant Bomb stream it, and I'm like, what do you do? This is gonna be Destiny all over again. I ain't falling for that trap.
It seems like, and I haven't really seen that much of it aside from the beta footage, but from everything I've heard, it does sound like it doesn't really, if you're playing that game single player, there's not really a lot to do.
Yeah, it seems like it's Destiny without any of the progression stuff, which is not good. And also, I feel like I had the same problem with Destiny, as in, I want to play with everybody. Like, I still would like to play that game with people. No one will play it with me. So, I don't play Destiny. And it bums me out. And I feel like if I got Sea of Thieves, I'd play for a month and everyone would get off of it, and then I would have wasted $60.
Hmm.
And I know there's the Game Pass thing, but most of the games on Game Pass I already have. The ones that I would want to play.
I don't even know what's on Game Pass, honestly.
Like, Gears of War 4.
I'm so out of the loop with Xbox shit.
Halo 5, Gears of War Remastered, like all the rare replay stuff. Big Dog, Pac-Man.
Sunset Overdrive?
Yeah, Sunset Overdrive's on there.
Well, good. More people. Maybe that's why people are still playing the multiplayer on that.
Maybe.
Also, I'm very surprised, by the way, having gotten live recently. I didn't want to talk about that much, but yeah, people are still playing Sunset Overdrive multiplayer. That's really cool.
It's a good game.
That's not my favorite part of that game, but it's fucking cool shit that people are playing that.
Indeed.
It's very fun.
Indeed. Speaking of multiplayer games, I'm starting to feel like maybe I should try Fortnite.
I'm curious.
So if I think about jumping into Fortnite, you wanna join me?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'll probably could do it on PS4.
Same.
So yeah. So
I'm playing Burnout on PS4 because the game store that I shop at didn't have it for Xbox.
It seems like a lot of people I know have it on Xbox, and a few people have it on PS4. Because one of the things about Burnout, the remaster, is there's more achievements than trophies. And I think that's...
I mean, cool, I guess, but look, man, I'm just throwing it out there. Burnout Paradise for PS3 was my first platinum, and I intend to do that again.
Do it. You should definitely do it.
I'm gonna do it. It seems like the platinum is easier to get in this one than it was in the other one.
Nice. Yeah,
they also still have like all the DLC, the trophies for the DLC too, which that's probably going to be just like the last one. I didn't get all of those because I couldn't find people to play cops and robbers with at a point.
Yeah, there's a lot of multiplayer achievements, and I'm worried that if I don't try to do some of those soon, I'm not going to get a chance to.
Strangely, though, like, none of the multiplayer achievements are for, like, the thing that you want to play the multiplayer for, like the Freeburn challenges.
Oh, there's a bunch in the achievements. There's a bunch of Freeburn ones.
Oh, well, maybe there is for the trophies, too, but maybe that's the place where there's more achievements. I don't know. Mm. I only kind of glanced at it when I looked and saw that I had 20% of the trophies already.
Nice. But, John...
This is a good video game.
This is a good video game.
I'm excited to put another 500 hours into it. Actually, maybe it's more like 600. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I've played a lot of this video game over the past decade.
But, John, while I love to talk about good video games, there's a lot to cover in professional wrestling this week. So
shit went crazy, Owen.
So shall I hit the button and shall we get going?
Hit the button.
Hey, John.
Owen, what the fuck?
Wrestling is crazy. First news topic I have written here.
Holy shit, they actually did it.
It says, this is what I wrote down. Holy shit, Daniel Bryan is cleared to wrestle.
They actually did it.
So, do you want to hear the story behind this one?
Yes.
Because I had people telling me for a few weeks now that he was going to be cleared to wrestle. Which is why I kept, like, hinting at, plans for him for WrestleMania. Like, oh, maybe he'll, like, be involved in the Shane McMahon stuff. Because I had been under the impression that he was going to be cleared to, like, take, like, a bump, maybe. Like, not be back full time, but, like, to actually, like, be able to be a little physical in the ring. Because people had been talking about that for a while. And then all of a sudden, this past week, people started saying, yeah, I think he's gonna be cleared to come back full time. And I'm like, what? And then the Sports Illustrated stuff broke on Tuesday, and then WWE posted about it, and then it was pure chaos. Yeah,
this is nuts.
It's crazy, isn't it? Danny Bryan is back.
They got shook. They got shook by the idea that Daniel Bryan was going to leave because they knew he would. Of
course he was. So they finally did it. Danny Bryan's back full time, and if you watch SmackDown, he's back full time.
Tell me, I'm gonna say that we talk about SmackDown first anyway, because SmackDown, I feel like that's the fucking big story of the week.
Yeah, I will.
But
I will go.
Tell me about that promo.
Well, I mean, there's multiple things that happened with Danny Bryan. I'll tell you.
Yeah, we'll talk about the other things that happened with him, but like, tell me about just the emotion of that intro, because like I didn't see it, but I know that like the show opened with, "Hey, remember when Daniel Bryan retired? And here's that video."
Yeah, so I'll just do a little bit of SmackDown talk now and say that the show opened with a video of when he retired, and during it they interspersed like the celebration at the end of WrestleMania 30 with the 2 belts, and it was a really, really good video, because then in the second half of the video it was all the breaking news about him being able to return, and then that led into the opening promo, which had Danny Bryan coming out, and holy shit, the crowd was so excited.
I mean, are you surprised?
Like, this is like peak Danny Bryan yeses by the whole crowd. It was wild.
I mean, again, are you surprised?
Like, this quickly, yeah, I am surprised that this turned around this quickly, and he's now instantly the top babyface in the entire company.
It's Daniel fucking Bryan. Like,
I thought it would, like, by the time we got to WrestleMania, we'd get to that point. I didn't think it would happen like just like that, like the second the show starts. Like, I didn't expect that.
Okay, I guess I understand where you're coming from there. I guess I'm just more coming from the perspective of like
you didn't drop this a step.
This is the man that was the top babyface and like the most beloved fucking like underdog story of years, who had to drop his belt in sad fashion twice and broke everyone's heart when he fucking had to retire. And he's fucking back.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, when he was, general manager, everyone, yes along with him, but it was, kind of tempered, like, not as crazy as it was.
Yeah, because, him being a GM isn't as exciting.
Yeah, but he was still coming out as the GM. It was just cool. So, he opened by saying, "Oh yeah, Shane got fucked up last week, and we're going to talk about that. But Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn aren't here, so I've got other stuff to talk about. Like, I'm back! I'm wrestling." Whoa. And he went through his whole story about how after he had to retire, he got sad at times, and he got angry. And he tried to turn all that into just being, like, grateful. Grateful for all that he got to do, all that he still has, He has a wonderful family. He has all those championships that he earned. But then at some point, Brie went to him and says, "Why be grateful? Why don't you fight?" Because that's the Danny Bryan I know. Danny Bryan didn't just sit on the sidelines. He fought for what he dreamed of. And that's what Danny Bryan did. And Brie was the one that pushed him to go see all the specialists and try to get cleared and fight his way back to being in the ring again. So the crowd all chanted, "Thank you."
It worked.
The crowd all chanted, "Thank you, Brie," during that part. It was awesome. So yeah. Then a couple months ago, he went to the WWE and asked, like, "Could you guys reopen my case? I want another shot." And they did. And they took him, and he went to all the specialists around the country, and all of them cleared him. He was cleared. And he wanted to thank all the WWE doctors for not seeing Danny Bryan as the wrestler, but as Danny Bryan the person. And fairly evaluated him and then gave him the clearance. And then he says, well, he doesn't know when he's going to wrestle again, when an opportunity will turn up again. And then you see the entire crowd all point to the WrestleMania sign and chant WrestleMania.
It's pretty good.
And he's like, I haven't considered that. But I don't know when I'm gonna wrestle again. But will I be in a WWE ring again? And then he did the yeses and then he left. It was great. Such a good promo.
Nice.
Yeah,
Don't you love it when a story has a happy ending?
Well, when I get to SmackDown, we'll talk about that. Might not be such a happy ending.
Whatever could you mean, Owen?
We'll get to it. I want to get back to news because there is more SmackDown news. That this SmackDown drew the second highest rated numbers since the brand split. They drew 2,888,000 people.
That's pretty good.
The only
Do you have a...
I'm saying the only other time it was higher was during the Superstar Shakeup when they drew over 3 million.
Makes sense.
And that's the only time.
And also makes sense why this episode would be such a, big deal.
Yeah, well, it's smart of them to announce it ahead of time to get people to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not suggesting otherwise as much as just you can see why.
Exactly. So
I don't think it's exactly a big surprise that this was the top rated SmackDown.
Yep. And they set up a really good angle with having everybody watching.
Yep.
But John, we got more news.
What?
What do you feel about the Hall of Pain?
I think that you got to beat them up, break their neck.
Well, it doesn't look like he's going to be doing that anymore.
Oh, man.
Because Mark Henry is going into the WWE Hall of Fame, which I think means that he is retired.
I think that's probably what that means, too.
But hear me out, John. What if John Cena inducts him? And what if he comes out in the salmon suit?
I'd like to hope that he comes out in the salmon suit.
And then he just slams Cena in through the podium and says, I got a lot left in the tank.
That would be amazing.
He's like, I'll take this Hall of Fame ring, but I ain't leaving. And then
Kurt Angle didn't.
And then he enters the Battle Royal the next day. Or 2 days later.
I could see it.
I'd be waiting to that. So yeah, Mark Henry is going to the Hall of Fame. I think he could still possibly wrestle every now and then.
I like Mark Henry a lot, and I don't want to see Mark Henry go away.
Agreed.
Mark Henry is a wonderful man.
Sexual chocolate.
Mark Henry had to put up with so much dumb bullshit and still came out the best.
He seemed to be into it, though. That's the video package talking about. Like, yeah, he was down to do whatever.
No, it's true. He was game for a whole bunch of stuff.
Like, the sexual chocolate stuff was fun.
Impregnating Mae Young, though.
Hilarious. Especially when they had the hand come back. Remember that?
That was maybe the one good part.
Yeah, it was real good. I have one more bit of news, if you want to hear it.
All right.
You know that that Royal Rumble that I went to in January was really, really good, like one of the best ones in a while?
Yeah, I heard this.
And then they're like, well, fuck you, Owen. We're going to have the greatest Royal Rumble.
The greatest Royal Rumble.
Which is going to be a 50-man Rumble in Saudi Arabia.
So, before you continue, are they, like, airing this anywhere?
They haven't said.
Is this just going to be... Because this sounds to me like they're just, like, putting on a really weird Saudi Arabia house show.
No, this has to be on the network. They just haven't announced the details yet.
Okay, continue.
Because during the initial announcement, they said, stay tuned for broadcast information.
Okay. But please continue.
Well, they announced an additional detail to it, is that there's going to be 7 championship matches on that card.
Okay, so that's Universal Championship,
Uh-huh.
World Championship.
The WWE Championship, yes.
Now it's just WWE Championship again.
Yes.
Okay. Intercontinental,
Uh-huh.
US.
Yes.
Huh.
The 2 tag teams. And the Cruiserweight.
What about the women?
That's the thing, John. Where
Wait.
is this being held?
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
No. Wait a minute, though.
Mm.
Hold up a second. I remember that they recently did something in like Abu Dhabi or someplace, because I remember they had like a big women's match there, and I saw like it was like Sasha Banks and Charlotte or something, and they both had like crazy full body cat suits that actually looked pretty cool.
Yeah, that was in the United Emirates. That was not Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia is still not cool with that.
Oh, very much not.
Yeah, that sounds about right for what I know about Saudi Arabia.
So they got this big event. 0 women are going to be involved. Like, cool. You don't understand, John. This is Saudi Arabia. No women will be involved in this show at all. Like, including production, including, like, anything. None of the crew can be women.
Cool.
So, about
really,
that, so John,
really cool.
So, John, how about that Empowered 24 they had on the network about how great it is to empower their women in WWE?
Isn't it really fun when you, work with like crazy oppressive religious theocracies because money?
It's 100% because of money. It's the worst.
Yeah, no, I'm not suggesting it's about anything other than money. It's just fucking Craven.
Vince McMahon.
Yeah, true. Not gonna argue otherwise.
But yeah, it's just... It puts kind of a sour taste in my mouth about this whole show now.
Speaking of fucking Craven, I know that you don't have it in the news. Maybe you should put it on there, but we probably should talk about the developments in last week's horrible story.
Do tell.
Yeah, the women's battle royal at WrestleMania is no longer named after Fabulous Moolah because a bunch of people yelled at Snickers, and Snickers said, "Yo, what the fuck?"
Oh yeah, that did happen over the past week. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what happens was that it was initially called the Fabulous Moolah Memorial Battle Royal, and last week we had this whole tirade about how fucked up that is. And
in case you missed it, I'll give you the cliff notes. Fuck Fabulous Moolah.
That is pretty much how we ended the episode as well. Well, social media did what social media does and made a huge hubbub about it, and yelled at Mars, the owners of Snickers, who are the sole sponsor of WrestleMania. And they went to WWE and went, "The fuck you doing?
These people are yelling at us. You're making this look really bad for us.
Fix your shit." And WWE said, "Okay. It's just the women's battle royal now. Fuck it."
They're not even going to name it after another woman.
Nope. That's too much work, John. Too much work. It's their way of punishing us, in quotation marks. Now you don't get a name.
We tried to do this nice thing for you, and you just had to fuck it up for us.
Oh yeah. Thanks WWE.
How kind of you. No, you shouldn't have. No, really, you shouldn't have.
Should have just named it after someone better.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not like the Battle Royale means shit anyway, so we already know who the last 2 people are going to be. Not a big deal.
Do we?
Yeah, we'll talk about it when we get to Raw. It's very, very obvious. There's only one storyline in this.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. No, when you put it that way, yeah, you're right.
And that's all I got for news, unless you got anything else.
Nope, that's it.
Then let's roll. Well, shall we roll into Raw or shall we do SmackDown?
I say that because it pertains to the biggest news story of the week, I want to hear more about the continuing adventures of Daniel Bryan.
Well, there's the rest of a show before that, so let me get through that as well.
Ah,
I gotta make you wait, man, just like they made you.
no,
wait.
you don't. When we talk about Raw, I'm getting to the important thing right away.
Well, that's why we cover things differently. John, what do you think about the WWE Championship match?
Yes.
What if I told you the build for it sucks, but it doesn't matter?
I would believe that because WWE.
I mean, the positive about this is that they're not overbooking it and like giving us away too much of the match, which is good.
True.
Because the match itself sells itself. The bad thing is that in the process, they are killing any and all of Rusev's momentum.
Well, look at it this way. They hate us.
Yeah.
And they hate that we like him.
Yeah, so
they're going to make sure that mistake gets corrected.
So at Fastlane, we had Nakamura beat Rusev. In a great match, mind you. But Rusev lost. And he's supposed to be the guy we booed. Then on Tuesday, we had AJ Styles beat the Rusev by DQ.
Which, in fairness, the Edge Styles is the champion. If anyone should be beating Rusev, it's him.
Yeah, but
frankly, Shinsuke Nakamura is the #1 contender. If anyone should be beating Rusev, it's him too.
How about we just don't have Rusev losing to them? How about we have somebody else fight them?
I mean,
instead of our hero.
Look at it this way. They're giving Rusev high-profile matches.
As like the first match on the show.
Kicks off the damn show.
Yeah.
Where's his Rusev Day shirt?
Yeah.
Look, I'm not arguing with you that it's a bummer that they're not pushing Rusev to the moon like they should be. That said, they're at least acknowledging that like people want to see Rusev, even if they're doing it wrong.
But they're trying to make us not like him, and that's not okay. Because this week he fought Nakamura again. And this time it was AJ Styles who was at ringside.
Okay.
And Nakamura rolled him up and pinned him.
Hooray!
And then English and Rusev double teamed Nakamura after the match.
As you do.
And then we go, oh, AJ Styles is going to save him like Nakamura did for him. But Styles waits. He waits. He slowly gets up out of his chair. He slowly takes off his jacket and like puts it neatly on his chair. And then he slowly walks over. And by the time he gets there, Nakamura already beat the shit out of English and Rusev. He didn't help him at all. What a dick.
I don't know if you're aware of this, Owen. AJ Styles is a dick.
He is.
He's always been a dick.
But he's a cool dick.
Yeah, I guess. But man, is he a dick.
Yep.
Why is he the top babyface?
Because he does cool moves.
It's true.
And he's the AJ Styles.
He is the Edge Styles.
Later backstage, Nakamura said to him, I didn't need you. Needs to face WrestleMania.
Cool.
Yep. Now, you want to know what match they're building up great? It's for
What's that on?
Charlotte against Asuka. Even without Asuka being around.
There's no Asuka this week?
No, despite the fact she was backstage for the Mixed Match Challenge, no, she was not on the show at all.
Weird.
But yeah, they did a video package, which was awesome. And then You see Charlotte watching that backstage, and Natalya goes up and goes, "Well, good for you. You're scared shitless because this undefeated person's gonna beat you."
Hooray!
But also, fuck her because that was my WrestleMania spot, and the Raw person just came over and stole it. I could beat.
Well, she's not wrong.
I could have beaten either of you, especially Asuka, since she's only undefeated because I haven't wrestled her. And Charlotte said, "Well, fuck you. How about I wrestle you tonight?" So we got that match.
All right then.
And did you know Charlotte Flair versus Natalya is a really good match?
Except for that one time.
Oh, we don't need to talk about that one time.
That one time was the most important NXT championship match.
I know, they fixed it. Because they every time they wrestle now, they do the spot correctly from that match. It's really funny. Including this time. With Charlotte, getting the figure 4 on and then like going to the outside of the ring. Doing the hanging figure 4. And she did it correctly. They do that. They do that every time now, just to remind us that, yeah, we know we fucked up. Sorry.
Remember when we had Charlotte reverse it by doing, or Natalya reverse it by doing nothing?
Well, no, they spun around but they did a complete spin, which is not what you do. Anyway, Natalya did do a sick spinning powerbomb.
Okay.
And almost got a pinfall. And then they did the sick superplex. That looked really good. But it knocked both of them out.
Oh no.
You know what that means.
What could it mean, Owen?
That means Carmella's music hit.
Da-da-dun.
And she ran out with the briefcase. And she cashed it in.
Really?
Well, almost. The referee got the briefcase. She was in the ring. But before the bell rang to start the match for the title, Charlotte kicked her in the head and knocked her out. And then Natalya rolled her up and pinned her and pinned Charlotte.
Wow.
Yep. But because
cool guys.
Commentary pointed out, because the bell didn't ring to start the new match, the briefcase was not cashed in.
Cool.
This is great. I like this. Because this sets up a feud heading in, since we have all this time for WrestleMania, it gives Charlotte something to do meaningful. As in, she already has doubt about Asuka. Now she has doubt about Natalya. And now they're probably going to have a title match leading up to WrestleMania. It'll be another great match, and Charlotte will have a strong win going into her Asuka match. I think it's great. I'm guessing you're not as thrilled.
I guess I feel like that would be that. I like your idea. I think it's a cool idea if they would do that.
They're going to.
There's also only 3 weeks until WrestleMania. They don't have time.
2 more episodes.
Yeah, the 2 more episodes don't really have time to be doing that.
It's a short program. It's just you'll get title match either next week or the following week. I'm going to guess the week of the show, so that after she beats Natalya, Asuka shows up, and then they have the stare down heading into their match on Sunday.
All right.
I like it. It's better than what they're doing with everyone else on the card who doesn't have a match outside the Battle Royal.
No argument.
Because we had 2 other matches, which were just, oh, by the way, these people are in the Battle Royal. Oh no, how exciting.
Oh no.
One of them being Baron Corbin against Ty Dillinger.
Hooray, I've never seen this match before.
Ty Dillinger did a bad.
What did he do?
Corbin was going to hit him with the end of days, and Dillinger didn't want to do the move.
What?
He didn't do the move. He didn't move with the move. So Corbin says, fuck you, throw him out of the ring, throws him back in the ring, then does it properly. It was such a bad botch.
Huh.
And I think I had to blame Dillinger on it. The other match we had was a tag match with Becky and Naomi against Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan. And they're like, "Hey, we're all in the Battle Royal."
Hooray.
The Becky Lynch tapped out Sarah Logan.
This is my favorite.
This just felt like a bunch of time filler because all these people don't have actual feuds for WrestleMania. And it's kind of
they sure don't, Owen.
Because as we're gonna talk about, there's only one feud in the women's Battle Royal thing. You know who I do like though?
What's that?
I like the Bludgeon Brothers.
Cool.
We had a singles match between Harper and Jimmy Uso.
Okay.
Because Jay's still all bandaged up from Fastlane.
I like Luke Harper.
Luke Harper, way faster now. He is super fast. It is awesome.
He was always pretty fast.
Yeah, but he's gotten faster. Like the way he ran around the ring and then just obliterated Jimmy Uso into the barricade. It was so good. Yeah, I was really impressed with this, and of course Harper got the win.
Did you read the story that was going around recently about Harper's collection of tank tops?
No. What about them?
He only owned 3.
Well, he doesn't wear them anymore, so that's good.
Indeed.
Unless he wears them underneath.
He had like 3 different tank tops. Like all those tank tops he was wearing at like when he was, Luke Harper.
Mm-hmm.
Like he basically had 3 that he had owned for like a decade.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No wonder they were so gross.
Yup. Anyway, I thought you'd appreciate that. Go on.
We had a segment with Jinder Mahal, Randy Orton, and Bobby Roode.
No, thank you.
That's what I wrote in the notes. I wrote, no thanks. Get excited for the match they set up for next week.
No, thank you.
It's Bobby Roode and Randy Orton against Jinder Mahal and Sunil Singh.
I'm okay, thank you.
Also, they confirmed the triple threat for WrestleMania, and it is. I swear that better be on the kickoff because I just don't care. I think the Cruiserweight title should be on the main card, and this should be on the pre-show. So bad. Good news, John. We're down the end segment now. Did you see this or no?
No.
Do you know what happened?
Vaguely.
So, Daniel Bryan comes out, and
I like him. Remember when he said earlier that he's going to wrestle again?
Well, now he's the GM now. He's got to do the GM stuff. He called out Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, who came out.
You remember when they were friends? That was cool.
They're still kind of friends. They were like frenemies. That's the way I'll put it. But
Daniel Bryan and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens?
No, I'm talking about Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
No, I'm talking about them and Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Because knowing what I know, they ain't friends no more.
I don't know, because they talked about how excited they were that Danny Bryan's able to wrestle again.
Aw.
And how they were like, any roster with Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Daniel Bryan all on it is clearly like the top show in wrestling.
It's not wrong.
Yeah. But then Daniel Bryan had to get the business and go, listen, Shane McMahon last week gave you guys what you wanted. He was stepping down and and leaving for a while. No longer being commissioner, which is what you guys wanted. He put you guys in a match, not in the Battle Royal, he put in a singles match at WrestleMania. Which, That's the thing you always want, like growing up, like you want to be on the card for WrestleMania. So he gave you that. And yet you guys still did what you did to him. And that's not cool.
It's called making an impact, I believe.
Well, here's the thing, John. Danny Bryan got fired twice from the company. And he came back better because of it. So these guys are going to do the same because they're fired.
What?
Danny Bryan fired them. And then
up.
They lost it and they beat the shit out of Danny Bryan.
Okay.
With Kevin Owens yelling, "You made me do this."
Is he wrong?
Yes. Yes, he is.
Yeah, I guess so. But still.
But also, Danny Bryan fought back. And he hit Sami Zayn with a suplex.
All right.
And then he did, the yes kicks. And then he did the running kicks that he does, the running drop kicks. Like, he was Danny Bryan. Like, he was running full speed. He was landing on his head like an idiot, which he shouldn't be doing. He did not slow down one bit.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of don't want to see this match.
What match?
This match. Dan Bryan and I assume Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
I want to see this match. It's one of my most anticipated matches.
Hear me out here. Why the fuck isn't Daniel Bryan's first match finally getting revenge on Miz?
Because you save that up and you make that next year's WrestleMania. You have another year of build and then you put the belt on the Miz. Then you have Daniel Bryan beat him for it in the main event. That's why. Either that or you have them wrestle SummerSlam. You can't have that just happen just this fast. You need a build.
I mean, they already have the build. They already have. Remember that fucking promo?
But also, the Miz is already in a match. It was they weren't anticipating this, so
yeah. But hear me out here. It's a bad match.
Oh, I know it is. I'm just saying, wait until SummerSlam or WrestleMania next year, and make that the biggest match of the show.
The problem is I don't see them making a Miz match the biggest match of the show.
WrestleMania 28.
It's a different time.
It was 27. It was 27. That's the one. Because 28 was Rock and Cena. Yeah, we'll see. Also, I forgot to mention that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn got the numbers game on Danny Bryan and then beat the shit out of him. And then...
you mentioned that part.
No, I didn't mention the part where Kevin Owens powerbombed him onto the ring apron.
That part you didn't mention.
Fuck.
That's mean.
You shouldn't be taking that spot, Brian. You just came back. Yeah, he got fucked up and they took him out on a stretcher. And that's the way the show ended.
It's mean.
Fucked up.
Anyway, that's SmackDown.
Yeah, SmackDown was fucking great. Do you want to hear about the other Tuesday shows or do you want to talk about Raw?
Let's talk about Raw first.
Tell me about the most important thing on that show, since it's the first thing you wrote.
Let's talk about the Ultimate Deletion.
Delete!
It was pretty
Delete!
good. It was,
Delete!
It was pretty good.
It was really good. I loved it.
I'm not gonna go that far, but it was good. I enjoyed it.
With the expectations that you had that WWE would fuck this up, I think it was a home run.
I think that it was, in a lot of ways, kind of a retread of Final Deletion.
Uh-huh. Well, they had to because they never did that in the WWE.
That was what I was about to say. Is I think it was exactly what it needed to be.
Uh-huh.
I think it was exactly what it needed to be as an intro to, hey, people who probably haven't been watching Impact, check out this crazy shit. Like, I think that made it inherently less interesting to me, who has seen all of that shit and loved it and watched it like a billion times.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think it was incredibly well done for what they were doing. I think that they nailed the tone correctly. They nailed like their fucking recurring gags and all their bits. Like, they made, the only thing that I would say that I had problem with is I think that some of the pacing was not particularly great. Like, I think that they had a bunch of weird jumps between like, here's something serious and here's something like deep or whatever, and then here's a weird comedy bit. Like, that graveyard Scooby-Doo bullshit scene
I thought that
really
was
didn't
amazing.
work for me.
I liked it a lot.
Did not like that
I
at all.
very much enjoyed it.
It was just, I thought it was over the line and goofy bad. Like, not like fun goofy, just like bad goofy. And the one thing I will say to its credit is that I don't think that was a WWE thing. It felt like Matt Hardy thinking that this would be funny and cool and weird, and it just didn't work for me. Like, and that's I would say, to this Ultimate Deletion's credit, is everything about it felt fucking authentic.
John?
It felt like they really gave Matt Hardy the reins, just like, fucking go for it. And clearly they had him, like, you know, do it in a certain way and like make sure that he was fucking onboarding people in a specific way, but they gave him the fucking freedom to do whatever he wanted with it, and I appreciate that.
John?
Yeah?
They did the hologram on Vanguard 1.
They did the hologram on Vanguard 1.
With the fucked up distortion on the voice and everything.
Yep.
And Vanguard
it's green
1
this time.
Yep, and Vanguard 1, you know, packed Bray Wyatt and his lantern. Did you notice that?
Yes.
When Bray Wyatt was getting scanned, they highlighted him as different things. Bray Wyatt and his lantern. It was great. And Rebby played Bray Wyatt's theme on the piano. And Hardy said, "I knew you'd come." Oh, it was just so good. I enjoyed this a lot. And also, my favorite bit of the whole thing was chair of wheels, mower of lawn.
That really didn't work for me either.
I laughed out loud at that bit, and I still laugh when I say it. It's really good.
Again, that to me was something that was like very authentic, very Matt Hardy, but also way too over the line in being just like needlessly goofy.
I don't know, John. Do you remember Delete or Decay? He sucked up that mist at that one point.
That was not my favorite part of Delete or Decay.
I'm just saying, this shit is what this is. This is what this shit is. It's great.
I know, and I'm not suggesting otherwise, as much as I'm saying that, like, I prefer it when he doesn't go all the way fucking crazy with it.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer when the crazy is more reined in, like say, for example, talking to George Washington the giraffe, like he did.
Well,
again.
That wasn't during the matches.
But it was in the pre, like they showed it on the show.
Yeah.
And like their build up to here's the Ultimate Deletion, and it was fucking
That's
great.
very authentic to this stuff because they've done that before in Impact.
Oh, I know.
It's good. This was good. I hope they do more of it.
You don't have to tell me that they've done it in Impact before, Owen.
Yeah.
Remember, 2016 coolest moment of the year, a visit to the Hardy Compound Zoo.
Yes. But John, Bray Wyatt, I think, is dead.
Did you hear what the Dave Meltzer has said?
Yeah. He said what I just said. Bray Wyatt is dead.
Yep.
Good. he's needed this.
I hate this.
Why?
Because it just reminds me that Bray Wyatt didn't deserve this.
After the last year, yeah, he did.
They fucking killed that character so badly.
Yeah. Do you remember WrestleMania last year?
Yeah. You remember every WrestleMania of his?
I don't know. The John Cena one was... No, that was bad too. Yeah, okay. He had good entrances. Bad everything else.
Remember how he took the Undertaker's powers and Kane's powers?
And then they said, fuck that?
Yep.
Yeah, he needs a reboot, is what I'm getting at. And this is good. This is needed. He needed to be deleted for reals. Also, John, can I say fuck Michael Cole?
Yes. Fuck Michael Cole.
What the fuck was that?
Let's talk about the best moment of Raw. Literally the best thing that happened on the entire show.
I hope it's not Michael Cole burying the main event.
John Cena comes out. It's in the middle of his entrance. He says to the camera, you know, guys, I'm going to do it tonight. I'm going to make peace with Michael Cole.
Uh-huh.
He walks over to the commentary booth, shakes Jonathan Coachman's hand, doesn't acknowledge Michael Cole, walks away.
Fuck Michael Cole.
Fuck Michael Cole. Cena knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm also confused, like I am with this entire thing, because WWE would probably argue that not being cool with Michael Cole is a heel move, but Michael Cole's the ultimate heel, so anything that is fuck Michael Cole is the ultimate babyface move.
Yes.
What?
Did you see Matt Hardy's tweet?
No, what did he say? Did he say fuck Michael Cole?
Pretty much. He was getting people to retweet if they wanted to have another Ultimate Deletion, and he listed 3 people, and the first person he listed was Michael Cole. The third person he listed was Vince McMahon. Because you know
who was the second person?
I forget. I forget. Was it? I'll look it up. I don't remember. I don't want to say it was John Cena, but it might have been. But yeah,
since you brought Matt Hardy up, and I'll just circle back to Ultimate Deletion to say one last thing that I started to say, but then trailed off on. Senior Benjamin hiding under Skarsgård with a fucking inflatable globe, and then singing "He's got the whole world in his hands" after he throws the globe at fucking Bray Wyatt.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of good dumb that I like.
And then also Brother Nero showed up.
Yeah, fucking Brother Nero showed up!
Uh-huh. Isn't it great?
That was fucking awesome. A little disappointed that they didn't do anything with the Lake of Reincarnation, but whatever.
Well, I mean, they did the ultimate thing.
They did, but, man, what if we got Matt Fax versus Husky Harris for a brief moment?
I think that would have been too much. I think that might have been too much. Because you said you didn't like the dumb shit, and that's the ultimate dumb shit.
But it's dumb shit that has precedence. It's not, I'm gonna yell at a lawnmower in a wheelchair for a bit while they play goofy music.
Oh shit. Alright, I had the tweet. I forgot what it was. The middle one was the best one of them all.
Oh.
You want? I'm gonna read the tweet to you. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Retweet if you desire to see another Ultimate Deletion on Raw. Maybe. Michael Cole, the obsolete mule. Or Roman Reigns, the large canine. Or the dastardly meek man. Great. The large canine.
Large canine.
Fuck. So good.
pretty good. Owen,
What's up?
is John Cena the heel of this Undertaker thing?
Yes. 100%.
But he's also right.
Yeah, so he's a heel. The heels
Is
are
that
always
how
right.
it works?
The heels are always right, and you know this.
But then Cade came out and chokeslammed him because he was like, fuck you for calling my brother a coward or something.
Yeah, it's his face. It's a face.
Kane's the baby face?
Yes. What don't you understand?
Any of this.
Undertaker's gonna show up at WrestleMania as a biker with Kid Rock playing him out.
I don't know.
But John,
Seems pretty cowardly.
But don't you understand? When he left his stuff in the ring, he the undead Undertaker retired, not the biker.
Only if he has soup bones.
Always. He always has soup bones. What are you talking about?
Owen, what are soup bones?
Bones that you put in soup. Next question.
I guess I don't have any other question. I guess. Okay, I'll bite. Why are you putting bones in soup?
Have you seriously never put bones in soup?
No, I actually haven't.
It puts the flavor of the meat into the soup.
Oh yeah, okay. I suppose it makes sense.
Yeah, dude.
I guess
It's a very real thing. Putting bones into the soup so that it gives the juices flavor.
I've never made a broth before, so.
Oh, you should. It's very good.
Cool. Anyway, this is an interesting tangent and more interesting than the rest of this Raw, which we should probably talk about. I don't like Roman Reigns.
Oh, I was going to ask you, what do you think Undertaker's favorite soup is?
I could see it being some kind of like Texas chili. Does that count as a soup?
Oh no, I'm not going down the road of is chili a soup or not. That'll take too long. I'll just allow you to say
okay,
chili.
new answer, black bean.
There you go. That's a good one. What about Roman Reigns?
I don't... Look. I understand that you making him, Roman Reigns, a supporter of ACAB is the ultimate way to get me to like him. But at the same time, knowing what I know about this show, I find it very interesting that Roman Reigns assaulted 3 federal officers on this episode.
Yeah, okay, these were U.S. Marshals for real, of course.
I mean, yeah, of course they were fucking WrestleMans who were acting.
I just can't believe that they claimed that they were U.S. Marshals. That was fucking stupid.
Roman Reigns resisted arrest and assaulted 3 officers.
Yes.
And the commentary doesn't seem to care about that. They're not seemingly bothered by that.
Excuse me, John. He's the big dog.
He beat 3 men half to death while handcuffed.
Big dog.
Brock Lesnar rushes him while he's handcuffed. Doesn't even, like, sneak attack him. Like, fucking announces his presence and runs out. Like, Roman Reigns arguably had enough time to just, like, fucking rip those handcuffs apart because they didn't look that strong.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, he had a chair also. But they act like Brock Lesnar is the most evil, disgusting man, coward man ever.
Uh-huh. What's the problem?
What?
The big dog. Everyone loves the big dog.
I mean, the thing is, like, that Dallas crowd was very much, it seemed like very much like a crowd that WWE likes because they're willing to play along with the story.
Mm-hmm.
So they seemed very pro-Roman, but they also seemed very pro-Brock Lesnar killing Roman, so I'm not entirely sure how to make it.
I don't know if you noticed, John. Brock Lesnar doing Brock Lesnar things is pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess.
They got to see him suplex him a whole bunch, and that's fun. I'd cheer for that.
He hit him with that chair a bunch of times.
He had it coming. He attacked us. He attacked 3 officers. You should have known better.
It just sure is weird that, like, fucking Vince McMahon has made a whole thing about, like, you know, his family fucking friendly entertainment and all these things, and, like, his top babyface assaulted 3 U.S. Marshals.
Hey, John, how about we flash back to the first WrestleMania that I went to, WrestleMania 20. You know what happened in the build for the WWE Championship match?
What's that, Owen?
Eddie Guerrero getting arrested. And then, you know, while that happened, Kurt Angle came out and beat the shit out of him while he was handcuffed. Time's a flat circle.
Let me ask an important question, though. Did the man beat the cops before? Did Eddie Guerrero beat up the cops before?
I believe so.
Well, god damn it.
He's Eddie Guerrero. He lies, he cheats, he steals.
Sure, okay.
There you go.
Oh, and let's talk about the thing you want to talk about.
What's that?
The only other story in the women's division.
The only story in the Battle Royal.
Sorry, yes, the only story in the Battle Royal.
This sucks.
Yeah, it does.
They're turning Bayley heel.
That's why.
Because fuck you. That's why.
I just don't understand, of all the people to turn. Like, why Bayley?
Because it's so wild. It's such a crazy concept.
Like, are we just forgetting that Sasha works better as a heel? Are we just going to ignore that?
Yeah.
Are we just going to ignore all the work that we've done and built up for all this fucking time?
Yeah.
Of Sasha being the one to do shit?
Yes. Because Bayley isn't over on the main roster. Because they won't set her up to succeed. So it's Bayley's fault. It's the character's fault. That's what it is. No, we're not out of touch. It's clearly there's something wrong with the character.
You had Lady John Cena, and you fucked it up at every turn.
Yep, of course he did.
Every fucking turn.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I don't care about the rest of Raw. Let's just go through the rest of the shit that happened quickly. Asuka fought Alexa Bliss. It was dumb.
I like the
set up
post-match.
They set up Nia Jax versus Alexa at WrestleMania. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's expected.
Yeah.
I did like the attack after the match of Nia running down and just plowing through Mickie James.
Bing Bong fought Cesaro, and that was cool.
I don't like he has to get a tag partner.
Neither do I, but
there's only one person that it could be that I would be okay with.
I'm aware.
Who?
And I'm going to throw it out there. I bet it's him.
Despite the fact he's working in an indie show that weekend.
Wait, what?
Who are you thinking?
Who are you talking about?
Well, you tell me first who you think.
Nope.
No, you have to because mine's...
No, you have to tell me first.
No, because mine will be better than the one that you say.
Bullshit, because fucking Braun's gonna walk with Elias.
No, that's terrible. You know who I was gonna say? James Ellsworth.
No, thank you.
It would be so good.
No, that's okay. We don't need to bring him back.
You know Ellsworth has a match that weekend, right?
Great.
You know who he's fighting?
Who's he fighting, Owen?
He's fighting Matt Riddle.
Sure.
Have you seen Matt Riddle wrestle? He's fucking amazing. During Royal Rumble weekend at the House of Hardcore show I was at, I saw him fight Austin Aries in a match that went into triple overtime, and it was so good. You should check out you should check out the video that they posted to promote the match with Ellsworth, like talking all nicely about how, you know, he had his WWE run and now, you know, it's great to be on the indies again. And it keeps cutting it to Matt Riddle, who's like, who the fuck is this guy? Are you fucking kidding me? I have to fight Ellsworth? I'm gonna fucking destroy him. And he actually like keeps dropping the F-bomb. It's really good.
The Revival fought Titus Worldwide.
Nope. No thanks.
The Revival's gonna be in the Andre Battle Royal.
No thanks. They deserve better.
Balor Club fought The Miz and The Miz Taraj.
Okay.
Finn Balor pinned The Miz.
Did you see their shirts?
Yes, they say OGBC, and I was like, yo, dog, that seems pretty legally questionable to me.
I mean, it means original Balor Club, obviously.
I suppose so.
Wink.
Miz and Carl Anderson botched Miz's fucking kneeling DDT.
Great.
I feel like that sums up this match pretty well. The story was fine. Like, the whole thing of, you know, Balor getting another flash roll-up pin on Miz was fucking smart and cool. I liked it. Like, I like that they're seemingly making the story is that, like, Finn just fucking scouts ahead and knows what you're gonna fucking do and knows how to fucking counter your shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like the match wasn't all that interesting.
I didn't like Rollins on commentary.
I thought he was fine. He just, you know.
I don't like how he's throwing in there. Oh yeah, by the way, if I win this match, I become a Grand Slam champion. LOL.
I don't. What's the problem?
Why are they just handing these Grand Slam champions like candy to the people now? Everyone gets to be one.
I mean, if anyone, if they're gonna give it to the other two members of the Shield, why not give it to Seth Rollins when they've already given him such fucking like huge accolades as, you know, ultimately meaningless, because honestly, let's be honest, all of these things are ultimately meaningless. But like, you know, if they're giving him an accolade and considering it a big deal, like say, for example, being the first ever and only ever person to hold the United States Championship and the WWE Championship at the same time, like,
holy shit,
why not?
Is Dean Ambrose a Grand Slam champion?
Yeah. Dean Ambrose was the first Grand Slam champion.
Not the first ever, but of the Shield. You mean?
The first of the Shield?
It's fucked up.
Yeah, dude, it was Dean was the first.
That's weird.
And then Roman was the second.
Then sure, why not? Fuck it.
But yeah, man, Dino was the first. He got it when he and Seth won the tag team titles a couple months ago.
Wow. Got anything else?
The only one he didn't have.
Anything else happen?
No, that's it. I mean, they announced that Cena's gonna fight Kane next week. Cool. Showed a Ronda Rousey video package. I guess that's the thing that most interests me is that, like,
oh yeah, we didn't talk about that. That package was incredible.
half hour of Raw was all pre-recorded.
No, but we need to talk about that promo. That video package was incredible.
That was fine.
I thought it was great. I thought it really gave you a reason to care about Ronda Rousey being in the WWE. It's not just that she's just cashing in. Like hearing her story and
it did a very good job of humanizing her.
Yeah, battling the depression. Like actually talking about it after losing that fight and breaking down was huge. Having Kurt Angle there as like a mouthpiece along with her, as someone she can relate to, was perfect. I thought this was like the best thing they've done with her, and it actually turned me around on the whole thing. And I actually kind of want to watch this match now. And I hope that she doesn't suck like she did off the air on Monday.
I don't disagree. I just don't care. Also, yeah, tell me more about that, because that's it for Raw.
No,
but what is this news you heard from...
It's not news. They posted a video on WWE.com.
Well, I haven't seen it, so tell me about it.
She just laid out Dana Brooke after Dana Brooke talked shit. And it didn't look good.
Oh, no!
So, whoops.
All right, well, why don't you start to tell me about whatever bad show you want to tell me about that I don't care about, and I'm going to find this video.
Wow. Just no selling the Mixed Match Challenge. Which had Team Little Big against Team Asuka. Hey, John?
What's that, Owen?
I still like whatever's going on between Braun and Bliss.
What's going on between them, Owen?
True love, John! It's true love. Love is real in wrestling. Fuck you. And fuck everyone else that keeps ruining it.
I don't know, dog. I mean, did you hear the way that Alexa talked about the Nia Jax?
Yeah, what about it?
How can you be sure that's not the way she feels about the Bing Bong?
Because they almost kissed twice during the match, and it was magical. And people kept interrupting it! Just want to see him kiss. Why can't I have this? Pissing me off. Anyway, the real big spot of the match was the Miz being near the Timekeeper's area. And Braun running faster than I've ever seen him run before. Run around the ring, across, and plowed right through the Miz and made the whole Timekeeper's area explode. And it was like, you need to see this. Braun ran like faster than like most like cruiserweights run. He ran so fast. He also did a drop kick during the match too. It was cool.
He's been doing those drop kicks recently.
Yeah, that's why, as I'm saying, the drop kick was
cool. He did
cool.
one in the Cesaro match.
But that run was nuts. That left Alexa alone with Asuka. Alexa got some near falls, which were really good. But Asuka put her in the Asuka lock, and Bliss tapped out.
Oh no!
So, of course, the undefeated Asuka moves to the finals. Next week, we have a match between the Road Warriors and the team that people voted in for a second chance. Who do you think it was?
I know who it was.
Why? Why them?
Because
why them?
People like the Finn Balor. He's over, haven't you heard?
But haven't you seen Rusev and Lana's things?
That's not the people you even wanted.
I know, but they turned me around. But did you see the Rusev and Lana videos?
No.
You need to watch them because it's Rusev and Lana doing impressions of all the other teams, telling people to vote for Rusev and Lana. And Rusev like having a grill and talking like an Uso is the funniest shit I've seen. And also him doing the Biggie impression with having the goofy face on and clapping a whole bunch is really good. Before
we move on, by the way, to 205 Live, I have some important news to tell you.
I also wasn't done with the mixed match challenge, but yes.
What more is there?
Well, you tell me your thing, then I'll just tell you mine real fast.
I watched the Ronda Rousey thing, and yeah, that block was very weird, and then that throw was okay, I guess, but also kind of weird looking.
Yep, she's got some work to do, and she doesn't have a lot of time. The other thing I wanted to point out was that they had a backstage video on WWE.com of Braun and Bliss after they lost, talking about like, what does this mean now, like about the chemistry that the two had.
Okay.
What do you think happened?
Bliss was like, fuck off.
No, because they were talking about the kiss, and Braun said that he wished that moment would have happened for real, and then they went to do it, and then a fan interrupted and asked for an autograph for Bliss, and then Braun threw up his hands all upset and walked away. So it's real.
Wow.
They were not playing each other. Love is real, John. Just everyone won't let it happen. Let it happen. So sad.
You know what else they should let happen?
What?
Not do 205 Live anymore.
Why? 205 Live was fine.
Because I knew it would upset you.
205 Live was... I mean, not all of it was good this week, but it was fine.
Well, what parts of 205 Live were not good, Owen?
Well, the middle match was TJP against Kenneth Johnson. Remember him?
No, actually.
He was the tall black guy in the Cruiserweight Classic that had the yellow pants that looked like he was in Kill Bill.
Oh man, I completely forgot about. He wasn't that good.
No, he's still not that good. He jobbed out the TJP.
Cool.
TJP hit the detonation kick, and then instead of pinning him, did the knee bar, and then wouldn't let go of it after he tapped out.
Cool.
What was okay was the first match, which was Lince Dorado versus Hideo Itami, which was built up from the tag match from last week.
I like both these people.
I'm liking Lince Dorado. He's pretty good. And he's had his high flying, but also when it came to going blow for blow with Hideo, he actually brought the fire. It was good. It just sucked that the match ended with Hideo getting in a shoving contest with Grand Metalik on the outside and the match getting thrown out. And then that was it. Drake Maverick was mad about it later and said, "This is bullshit. Stop ruining the good matches on 205 Live." But he appreciates Kalisto and Akira Tozawa going in there and breaking it up afterward. So he's going to reward them. Since, we're going to need a contender for the Cruiserweight champion after WrestleMania, he's setting up a fatal four-way between Kalisto, Akira Tozawa, TJP, and returning from NXT, Buddy Murphy.
All right, then.
I don't know if it's a number one contenders match or not, but it's happening next week.
Will they weigh Buddy Murphy before the match?
Oh, you damn guarantee they will. Main event was Mustafa Ali versus Drew Gulak.
How sad are you that Drew Gulak lost?
First bullet in my notes is a sad face. That's how sad I am.
I didn't even know that Drew Gulak lost. I just assumed it because Drew Gulak is a loser!
Fuck you, John. Why are you so mean?
No,
this match was great. These two fucking hate each other, and they just beat the shit out of each other all over the place. There was one cool spot where Gulak pushed Ali off the top turnbuckle, and on his way to the floor, he hit his head on the ring apron.
Jesus.
They fought with on top of the announce table, and Ali was going to put Gulak through it, but Gulak got out and threw him off. Then decided, I'm going to throw you as hard as I can into the barricade. Then also I'm going to throw you as hard as I can face first into the ring posts. so hard that you do a flip. This match was brutal as fuck. You should watch it. They just beat the shit out of each other by the end of it. And
right then.
Like at one point, Gulak threw Ali into the Timekeepers area, which got rebuilt since the Mixed Match Challenge.
As you do.
Threw him in there to die, and Ali just got back in the ring before the 10 count. Was able to counter Gulak's sleeper, and then hit the 054, and then won the match. It was good. It was really good. I just wish Gulak had the match at WrestleMania.
All right.
But yeah, we got Cedric Alexander against Mustafa Ali. I hope it's on the main card, because it's gonna be a really good match, and I don't want the arena to be empty.
I mean, good for both of them. I think that I think that this is a bad call for this match.
Why would you have rather had?
I think that it should have been Cedric Drew.
I agree.
I think that not even ignoring your huge hard on for Drew Gulak, like,
you can't ignore it.
I think that they should have done. I don't think they should have done face versus face.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think they have the. I think that's something that they can get away with for NXT, because like they have the fucking audience for NXT here. They're trying to build that audience back up for 205 Live. I don't think they've earned it. I don't think that people really care about either of these two. Like, they like people, I like Cedric Alexander, I like Mustafa Ali a whole bunch, but like, I think if they're trying to make a statement for this is where this fucking division is going, this is the thing we're going to do, I think it would have made a lot more sense to do a traditional face heel dynamic.
I agree. But I still think it'll be a great match, and I feel like these guys will go all out.
That's also true. That is also very true.
These guys will go all out and win that crowd over. I'm sure.
Very true.
I just hope that Gulak gets the title shots afterward. Whoever wins, because I feel like he'd be a great top heel for the brand. There you go. 205 Live, hit and miss, but a really great main event. Also, it seems like the crowds are, sticking around more and more and actually, like, getting into the matches, which is making me happy.
That's good.
Speaking of, like, good crowds, why don't you tell me about the NXT?
Oh, and did you watch the NXT this week?
I did.
They're back in Full Sail.
They are.
They had a good crowd for the opening segment of Tommaso Ciampa Sucks.
Fuck that guy.
He's a jerk. He finally yelled things on the microphone this week, but mostly just yelled, "Johnny's gone."
Everyone had the signs.
They did.
I don't like one thing, though, John.
What?
The crowd, most of the crowd chant, "We want Johnny." Some of the crowd were chanting "Psycho Killer." Those people need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, those people, the people who are really down with Ciampa, like, this is exactly what I was thinking too. It's like, on one hand, I always do like the idea of just like people chanting who they chant for. You like the heel, then you get that. How the fuck could you like this guy?
Like, if you like him, like, as a performer, you cheer against him during this, because that is how you get him over, is by going against him.
Like, what the fuck? There's no defending his actions.
No.
Like, fucking play along. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the point being, then Ciampa started attacking people in the audience and taking their signs away from them.
Oh, he didn't attack them. He yelled at them.
I mean,
I know, but the way you said it felt like he started just beating the shit out of people. It's like, come on. Leave that granny alone.
It'd be pretty cool if he did.
Leave that grandma alone.
And he took a sign from a luchador man, and then whoops, the luchador man was actually Johnny!
I did not see that coming. That was really good.
It's pretty good.
I legit did not expect that. I'm like, oh, he's just ripping sides with people. Oh, shit, it's Johnny Gargano. Amazing.
And then security took him away.
Oh.
and everyone was upset.
I was upset. Love Johnny.
Don't we all?
Except for those assholes.
Yeah. Especially that one asshole. Anyway, so yeah, then they announced that Mustache Mountain had to drop out of the Dusty Rhodes Classic because Tower Bate injured his dumbass.
I don't think that was real. I think they just don't like him.
Sure.
I mean, but they do like the replacements, though.
I like the replacements. They're a great post-punk band. Alice Chilton, it's a great song.
Yes. Yes, John.
Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan fought fucking Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne.
Yeah!
That's a weird tag team.
That's a great tag team.
This is a very good match. What a shock.
I like everyone involved in this match.
Yes.
I can't even begin to guess who won the match.
I know, right?
Could it be the guy who's got the belt?
Yeah, but he didn't get the pin.
True.
Which I thought was interesting.
The guy who got to the semifinals of the Cruiserweight tournament. I'm talking about
But
Strong.
He didn't get the belt.
What?
I said, but he didn't get the belt.
I know, but he got respect.
Or the UK belt.
No, but he earned respect, though, from the Pete Dunne.
Did he?
From the Pete Dunne.
Did he? Did he?
Why else would he team with him?
Pete Dunne wants a cool boot trophy.
Yeah, okay.
It's good reason as any.
I'm curious to see how they handle the finals. Like, what happens to the winner of this tournament.
I mean, I know what the finals is going to be.
I know. I don't want to know what the finals are. I'm talking about what the winner gets at WrestleMania because
Well, I know what it's going to be.
Why don't you type it to me so we don't spoil it for the people at home?
Okay, I will do that.
Because the thing I do know is that Bobby Fish is injured. And he's not going to be able to compete.
He's not going to be able to compete?
Yeah. Did they address this?
No, they didn't.
Really?
In fact, so if he's not going to be able to compete, then they're going to have to change some things because the plan as of the fucking episode, the way the episodes have been filmed, is that the takeover match is supposed to be a triple threat between the two fucking finalists and fucking fucking God, why am I blanking on their name? Undisputed Era for the fucking titles.
Okay, so if they did it that way, that makes a lot more sense.
It's for the titles. It's for the titles and the Dusty Road Classic champion winner.
Wow.
The winner gets both.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because yeah, I'm blanking on who it is. I think it's Authors of Pain and so, but yeah, they're gonna get they get the match for the finals, and then Undisputed Era jumps them.
Okay, then I assume that what happens is that it becomes a regular tag match for vacant belts.
Mm.
Because as of right now, I can tell you that they are not going to be able to compete.
God damn it.
Oh.
That does suck.
Off topic, I do have a question from the chat.
Yeah.
From our pal Core. He asks, so do you think Daniel Bryan drained Paige's soul in order to be healed and fight in the ring again?
Heel turn.
A legitimate question. Do you think is that why Paige can no longer compete?
That's mean. I'm not answering that.
Okay. Heel turn it is. What else happened?
What's Aaliyah's gimmick?
Cat lady.
She doesn't seem like she's a cat lady anymore.
Did she not have the cat ears?
She did not have the cat ears.
I don't know. She's a boring person then.
she and Ember shook hands, so I guess she's a face.
Is she? I thought she was turning heel. I don't know anymore.
All I know is Shayna Baszler was on commentary.
Yeah, I
said Shayna Baszler things.
I wasn't listening. Was she good?
She's fine.
That's good.
Yeah, I thought she was totally fine.
Good, because we know that Ronda Rousey can't talk words well.
I think that she's simple, she's direct, she's to the point. I don't think she's like got these amazing skills on the microphone, but no, I think she's good for exactly what she's doing. She's like, yeah, no, I'm gonna fuck these people up. That's it. I'm just gonna fuck them up.
Nice.
I think she's perfect at what they're asking her to do.
I hope she wins that takeover.
I think she needs a little more time.
I think Ember Moon has needed more time yet. Here we are.
Well, I disagree with that. But you know what else I disagree with?
What?
The existence of Raul Mendoza.
He's fine!
But it's cool because the NXT champion Andrade Cien almost also agrees with me.
Oh. Well, when you put it that
decided to murder Raul Mendoza for some reason.
That's not nice. Not nice.
And then he yelled a bunch in Spanish.
As you do.
And basically, he and Aleister Black are going to have a face-to-face next week.
Makes sense.
I'm down with it.
Yeah.
Speaking of next week, Owen.
Yeah?
William Regal's going to announce something crazy.
I know what he's going to announce, and it is crazy.
What is he going to announce?
He's going to announce the thing, the ladder thing.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping it was going to be that unsanctioned match that we had bandied about.
Oh, it might be that. I don't know. Maybe it'll be both. But I assume since he said
the North American Championship makes much more sense.
Yeah, since he mentioned it was going to change the whole course of NXT, I assumed it was that.
And anyway, the main event was Adam Cole Bebe versus Cassius Ohno.
Yes, you said it correct the first time.
It was very good.
Yeah, despite Cassius Ohno being in the match, it was a good match.
Fuck you.
You saw that Velveteen Dream match.
I did see that Velveteen Dream match. That Velveteen Dream match was very bad. This is a very different match.
Yes.
I think it's because, Adam Cole is much less acrobatic and much less doing moves of trying to pick up Cassius Ohno.
Which is not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, admittedly. But yeah, I thought this was really well done. It was a lot of brawling. It was much like a striking match, but I thought they did a great fucking job with it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the finish was a little strange, admittedly. Is that Adam Cole's finisher? He just hits you in the back of the head with a knee?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure what his finisher is.
Because when that happened, I was like, all right, this makes sense as a finish. Like, I don't want to get hit in the back of the head with a knee, but that doesn't seem like a finisher.
Yeah, maybe he'll.
It was definitely one of those. Okay. Moments.
Yeah, I don't think he's had a lot of chances to use the finisher, so maybe this is the one he's currently got.
I hope they do something better with it, but you know what? Still a really fun match, and I thought the ending was well done.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Cole, baby.
NXT is good.
NXT is a good show. You know what else is a good show?
What?
Heel Turn, a production of ProWrestling.Cool.
It's not just cool, it's not cool, but is it a cool show?
I guess we're done here.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can do the best rest of the outro.
No, I'm just... You've destroyed my will.
But John, did you know we do the show live?
I've heard this. What time do we do it live, Owen?
Between 9 and 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, over at twitch.tv/ozononline and on YouTube over at ProWrestling.Cool's YouTube channel.
That's a thing that exists.
Uh-huh.
I've never seen it, but you tell me it exists.
It does exist.
You know what else exists?
What?
Our Facebook.
Our Facebook, which is PWDOTC.
Our Twitters.
Oh, John, before you get off that, I want to point out that on our Facebook, we've been getting a lot of new likes on it this week.
It's true.
So thank you, everyone who's, liking that page. It helps us a whole bunch.
What are people doing on our Twitter?
Not much. Our Twitters are at The Heel Turn and at PWDOTC.
What about the other web zone where you can find this podcast?
Zonecast.com.
What's going on over there?
The I'd Rather Not show. We're on that. It's fun. Question mark. New episode.
Right.
New episode going up on Friday.
But let's talk about the most important web zone.
ProWrestling.Cool.
It's not just cool. It's .cool.
Nice. Is that it? What about where you and I are?
Patreon.com/PWC.
Oh, that too.
Give us money.
I guess they should give us money.
Find me on Twitter and Instagram and other places where you do internet things at I am John GM.
I'm at _ozone. Is that it?
I mean, unless you can think of anything else.
Oh, well, I can let people know that we'll be back next week with our penultimate WrestleMania episode. We need to figure out what we're going to do WrestleMania week. Because that's coming up.
Drugs.
I don't know about that. Maybe we'll do an episode on Tuesday. What do you think? Wouldn't that be crazy?
You already promised me that it's going to be my fucked up episode time.
I mean, if you really want to have our lead up to WrestleMania have no coverage of WrestleMania, then, be my guest. But I'm just giving you options, so we'll find out.
You say that like I would be opposed to that.
I mean, I would be opposed to it, but whatever. We'll be back next week with another regular episode of Heel Turn. So until then,
wrestling's bad.
No, it's
get over it.
It's fine.
It's bad.
No, it's good. Shut up, John. It's good. Wrestling is good, and we're gonna keep talking about it.
Yeah, I'll come back, I guess.